Yeah, the following things right here is strictly for the young men who's on my timeline, man. I know there's a couple of y'all out there. I know some of y'all, man. You done lost your dad, to the drug game or to the game, or your mom might be in jail, man. There's several. I know y'all ain't really got no male role models or anything like that, man. And I just don't want to lead y'all in the wrong direction. I hope I can impart some wisdom and understanding with y'all, so I can help you avoid the snares and the traps that you're gonna face along the way. I want y'all to know that everything that glitters is not gold, man. And I don't want y'all to get caught up in this ideology all at the stage of your life where you're highly impressionable. And sometimes the wrong things can captivate you. You know, you got a lot of people in the game who survive off of usury. You know what I'm saying? And they gonna use your sweat, your blood, your tears to. It's simply a case of the blind leading the blind. They gonna use you and utilize you for their own personal gain, man. And you gonna be the one holding the bag, paying the price, man. You gotta utilize your talents and your abilities, man, that God gave you to the age, man, where you got all that energy, all that testosterone, and you don't got nowhere to put it, man. And a lot of times we're gonna put it into some negative shit. Along the way, man, you got these wolves and sheep's clothing that's gonna come up here and try to just use you, use your whole life for their own gain, man. And first and foremost, you just gotta be a man. Before you can be anything else, you gotta be a man. You know? A lot of y'all just looking up to the wrong individuals. They just wolves in sheep clothing. A lot of these so-called gangsters don't even have what's vital to the title to be called a man. And a lot of these motherfuckers survive off usury, man, and they gonna use you up, your youth. You don't want to be no crash dummy out here for these cats, man. I mean, if I may, I'd like to give you some sort of a testimonial to let you know that, everything that glitters isn't gold, man. This lifestyle is not glorified, because what they don't tell you, man, is when you out there in the workforce, man, you gonna be barred from employment, man. Prison industrial complex is a business, man, and you are a commodity. So when you get out there in the workforce and you try to get a job, man, right now they bar you from employment. There's no way you can get any work, man, which leaves you with a limited amount of choices, which is to continue down that same path, which ultimately leads to the grave or the penitentiary. you know and this is the current situation I find myself in. Now that we in the computer age, anything you do is gonna follow you, man. So y'all gotta tighten up out here and don't be following these. Hey, you reap what you sow is the most powerful thing ever, man. Like, and it's so real. Uh, Only corn can beget corn. You gotta sow good things in your life now so you can reap the benefits later, man. Because if you sow nothing but bad seeds, man, you're gonna have being a minority man in America. You gotta be 3 times greater than the next man. You gotta do your best to stay up out those situations, man, because that's just gonna follow you the rest of your life, man. This is how they do. It's all about sowing good seeds, man, to reap that good fruit. If you out here sowing that all that bad shit, that negativity, death and destruction, or whatever these rap niggas will have you believe, that's all that's gonna come about, man. Only corn can beget corn. That's all you're gonna get. You gotta be mature young men, and you gotta soak up game and look at your surroundings and realize that a lot of these people, man, they're hopelessly wandering. You know what I'm saying? There's a reason that earth is lowercase in the Bible, man. Earth derives from a Greek word which ultimately means aimless wandering. And if you look at our society, man, all these niggas is aimless wandering, man. It's the blind leading the blind. I want any of y'all young men to go through what I had to go through, or what I currently have to go through, man. I want y'all to have a bright future. Human mind is easily programmed. So just like you gotta be mindful of what you put into your body, because your body is a temple of God. Mind is the seat of your spirit and your soul. And you gotta be mindful of what you put into your spirit, what you let in you. You feel me? Because our thoughts become habits and our habits become character, you know? So be mindful of your thoughts, man, because that's who you are. Words are powerful. The Lord created the universe with words, man. So you gotta be mindful of the words that you're taking in. And all these rap niggas, they rapping about the same thing. The message is the same, and they just switch up the words. So what is it that you taking in your spirit? You know, y'all gotta realize that your environment is not you, man. Once you remove yourself from your environment, you can truly be yourself. You know, a motherfucker might identify himself like, oh, I'm from the Bay, I'm a doctor, I'm a lawyer, I'm a rapper. Those are titles, man. That's not who you are. You feel me? You got to remove yourself from that environment to find yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of this shit just ain't in our spirit. You know what I'm saying? I'll tell you straight up, as a catching a felony at 17, the shit has followed me forever, man. I can't hardly maintain a job. It don't matter how much you change your life or whatever. People are going to be looking at you as a risk. You know what I'm saying? And that's all part of the setup. Because they want you to have that J number early, man, to keep you in that revolving door. So y'all got to be better than that, man. Y'all have to, you got to realize, man, that you the enemy to the white power structure. I mean, look at the current situation that's going on, you know? Hey, this is Cowboys and Indians, bruh, and you the Indian, man. And you gotta realize that shit, you know? And they said, they have a saying that said, kill the Indian, save the man, you know? So a lot of you niggas is already dead, man. You done lost your spirit. You ain't built for the battle, none of that. This is for my young men. I don't want y'all to go along the path of drug dealing and gang banging and none of that shit. I call it trap music because it's a trap, man. That's a trap, man. This is all set up for you to fail. And you got to be better than that, man. You are better than that. I know a lot of y'all feel discouraged. You feel you got to go out there and get the bag, get the check, you know. But a man's worth is not measured by wealth. So don't buy into that. You know what I'm saying? That's how a lot of us get caught up, is we out there trying to impress a bitch, trying to go get a bag, trying to ball out and all that shit. But at the end of the day, you worried about the bitch. The bitch don't even know what she want out of life, man. You are in the leadership position, man. You supposed to these are all snares, these are all traps to catch you up, man. And I'm fortunate to even be here speaking. Most of my friends are either in prison or dead. I just want to help y'all youth because, you know, I see some of y'all young men and you might look up to me or do this and that, and I don't want to steer you the wrong way. If I could do it all over again, I would definitely have done it different, man. I didn't have no guidance. I didn't have no male role model. And a woman can't teach you how to be a man neither. A lot of y'all is in situations because y'all acting like females, man. You emotionally respond because that's what you learn from a woman is how to emotionally react. So in a man's spirit to emotionally react. You're supposed to mentally respond to the situation, you know? And that's where y'all fucking up, you know? The drug game, man, you smarter than that because all the drug game is no different from any other business on planet Earth, okay? Business is you buy a product for a certain amount and you mark it up 20, 30, 40%. That's all business is. You can utilize that talent and you can do shit the legitimate way, man. I'll give you the blueprint, man. Get your EIN number, get your tax ID, pay the Secretary of State, start your own business, man. You don't need to go to business school or none of that shit, man. I'm going to give you the game, man, so that y'all can be successful. There's just not a lot of role models left, man. These niggas is on some fuckery. They is not going to give you the blueprint to success. By success, I don't always mean it's good to live comfortable. God wants you to be comfortable. That's a blessing to be comfortable. Hey, all this shit that you chasing, man, you think that's your dream, man. That ain't even your dream, man. That's a dream that was programmed up into you, man. You got to realize there's a reason when you a kid, when you walk down that kid aisle at Toys R Us or Walmart or what have you, there's going to be nothing but guns for the boys and cooking shit for the girls. The human mind is easily programmed and manipulated, man. It's like an empty computer, man, and you gonna write that software that on that. And it's a real high level psyop, man. It's real Babylon because a man, he needs to have purpose. A man has to have purpose. You know, I don't envy y'all's generation because y'all coming up and y'all just really lost, man. Y'all, like I said, y'all wandering aimlessly. The most important thing that I can tell you is to be a man first and foremost before anything, and to heed the scriptures. Most of these motherfuckers is just wearing masks, man. They ain't really true to themselves, and they just set up as a stumbling block for you. A stumbling block. Hey, you gotta build, man. You gotta surround yourself with people who are building, who are progressing. You feel what I'm saying? Reputation is always gonna precede you, man. I realized, man, the appearance was an interference for me, you know? So, when you go out there to the world, you gotta be suited and booted. Your vernacular gotta be on point. You gotta be 3 times better. You know, if you get caught up in the system, you ain't gonna be able to work. It's gonna force you back into a life of crime and misery, bruh. I just want y'all so-called Latino, Black, Native American men out there to utilize your full potential, to put down them drugs. I mean, them heavy drugs, man, because that's going to directly affect your spirit, man. You know, spirit in Hebrew really it boils down to where your mind and your body are in harmony. That's what spirit is. That's what it boils down to. So if your mind over here is saying one thing and your body is not following what you want to do, man, your shit is not in harmony. That subconscious is powerful. Your subconscious is running the show, man. So subconsciously you got nothing but this negativity coming in. That's all that you gonna reap. All the bullshit. That's all you gonna reap, man. So y'all little niggas, I want y'all to be on your business hype. I want you to hit me up for guidance. I want you to utilize your talents, your mind. We just have an epidemic, a lack of leadership in our community of men, and we're over here aspiring to be what society has told you that you want to be. You know what I'm saying? They have pre-packaged you a dream and a lifestyle. And look, because right now, man, the man is under attack, man. Testosterone is under attack. We're here marching for gay and lesbian rights, but it's the man who is under constant pressure. He can't get a job. You show any kind of testosterone, only faggots and bitches can get employed at this time. You know, that's all they dealing with, man. They is demasculinizing a lot of you young men, man. You don't even know how to be a man because you don't have the proper guidance. You feel what I'm saying? And a lot of y'all niggas is acting like bitches. You raised up in a house full of bitches. I ain't knocking the mom, but I'm telling you, y'all is just picking up on their emotions. You feel me? A man ain't supposed to be reacting emotionally like a woman. And a lot of you niggas act like that because you in a household full of bitches. Y'all start responding to a situation like a bitch would, and that's why there's so much violence out here in these streets. Because a man is really supposed to be over here and sit down and talk to another man. I'm not gonna go on, man. I felt it was imperative to let y'all know that. I don't want y'all to look at me as a negative example when I backslide or I progress. But you gotta realize that your body has like muscle memory, and we get into the mode we want to be where we're comfortable at. And some of y'all might be comfortable in the worst conditions, in the hood, with the drama, with the bullshit. Out here talking about post-traumatic stress, but I know a lot of motherfuckers who we gotta have post-traumatic stress. You feel what I'm saying? So there's certain individuals, like when you come back from war, you will sleep soundly with the noise of war and guns and what have you. And I say that to say this, that when we get caught up in the system, we start to get comfortable with that mode. We get comfortable with, we fall back into it because it's familiar. You know, I'm speaking from experience. I do it all the time. It's familiar. Thing is I want y'all young men to avoid that right away, man. And y'all that I have on my timeline, man, I care about y'all. Y'all got so much potential and talent. Y'all just need to utilize that for something productive, you know? You got to remember that you is not your environment, man, that you is more than that. And when you remove yourself from that toxic environment and them toxic people, that's when you allow that oxygen in for that growth and development, you know? A lot of these rap songs, man, gonna have your head doing tricks, you know? But let's remember, that's like a Trojan horse right there. This rap music's like a Trojan horse for us. Rap first started, man, it was on some revolutionary shit, on some fuck the police, on some fuck the government type shit, revolutionary type shit. And somehow it was co-opted to glorify going against your brother. Like a Kane ass nigga, man. Can't be letting this music dictate our character. You know what I'm saying? We gotta be above that, man. We spiritual, man. We chosen, man. We out here. God has truly blessed us, man. But like the scriptures say, man, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Y'all gotta step the knowledge up, man. The book that I want y'all to read, y'all young men, man, is As a Man Thinketh. Read that first, man. That shit is powerful right there. That's gonna change. I mean, that's gonna be the difference between you being a sheep or you having a following like Solomon, man. You know? I mean, Solomon was the man. You know, God truly blessed him. Think about Solomon was a Mac too. Think about it, man. Knowledge is the most valuable thing that you can have. And you know, real ones know that. Why you think what was it, Cleopatra or whatever that? I think it was her, man, Cleopatra, one of them, yeah. I mean, when she came to see Solomon, oh no, it was Queen Sheba, my bad. Was it Sheba? She already knew better, man. She brought Solomon gifts and shit. She already knew what's up, man. She paid that choosing fee straight up. You know, you young niggas is doing all this shit for a bitch, man. A lot of you niggas is doing all this extra ass shit to impress a bitch. You know, when a bitch don't know what she want. Let me tell you something about these females, man. They hear it every day where it don't even mean nothing no more. They hear you're beautiful, you're this, you're that. Got a million thirsty motherfuckers who done, you know, blew this bitch's head up, you know, and she's used to hearing all these things, you know. In society right now, we really living in a queendom, man. This ain't no king, this is a queendom. Cause y'all be exalting these women more than they need to be exalted. Back to Solomon, man. Solomon had that wisdom, man. He had that knowledge that you cannot get in college. So a woman, you in it for it, she gonna respect that uncommon information more than anything because she hears the same old shit all the time. So don't be a fool for the world and don't try to impress a bitch with materialism and shit. Not even in a man's spirit to be materialistic. You know, that's in a woman's spirit. You know what I'm saying? And to get back to my point of Queen Sheba, for example, who came to see Solomon. See, you got to be more like Solomon, man. Let me tell you. So, let's just take Queen Sheba, for example. Imagine all the motherfuckers who done pushed up on her, tell her all the sweet lies, everything she wanted to hear. Man, she probably had some real good game thrust upon her several times, you know? But at the end of the day, after all the materialism, woman is easily deceived by that, but not for long, because after she feels all that, she feels a void after that, you know? So today's society, you got a bunch of simping ass TI motherfuckers, you know, you can have whatever you like ass motherfuckers. But you know, after the bitch done gained everything, there's something lacking. She's seeking something much more valuable than material. For example, the story of Queen Sheba. She heard about Solomon, but she couldn't believe it. She had to go over there and really just be in his presence. She had to be in the presence of greatness. And she even told him she couldn't believe it. She heard all this shit, you know, and she had to come and see it for herself, you know. And you know, it was greater than what she expected. she was in the presence of a true king. And the reason he was a true king is because he had the spirit of God on him. You feel me? That uncommon information. You know what I'm saying? He had what these other people didn't have. You know what I'm saying? So if you work on your foundation and your, all the rest will follow, man. You know, Queen Sheba, after she done was in the presence of a real king, she done Solomon with all kinds of gold and riches, because you know what? She really had to go and talk to the man. He had to impart wisdom to her. You know? Hey, but God set it up for the man to be in a leadership role. You know what I'm saying? God is going to impart wisdom to the man so that he can direct. The woman is the weaker vessel. You know what I'm saying? Not talking shit. That's just facts. You know? And again, Sheba. Bitch had all the riches in the world, had the whole Egyptian dynasty underneath her, but she was still lacking something though. At the end of the day, all the riches in the world paled in comparison to what a real king possesses. She still really had to go be in the presence of a real king. You know what I'm saying? Because he possessed that spirit of God in him, you know? And I'm not trying to get all preachy and minister to you young cats so much, but you know, it's because I care and I feel there's a lack of guidance out there, and I feel there needs to be I really didn't have that guidance. I had negative guidance. I had people sending me down the path of destruction, you know, and I just feel there's a lack of guidance out there for y'all. And this is for all young men, but chiefly for the downtrodden in this society, which happens to be so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, you know. Forget that we're the ones who are subject to this terrorism mentally, physically, you know what I mean, that we've been enduring all these years. It's the men that have to deal with this. I mean, in light of who we have in the White House right now, you know, somebody who is an obvious racist, man. I don't throw that term around lightly, but you know, just like my grandma used to say, if it walks like a duck, quacks like a duck, all that shit, it's a duck. You feel what? Off subject, but Trump is a perfect example of the white male in America that we have to deal with all the time. It's imperative that I build y'all young minds up, because God said he's going to make a separate people apart. You feel me? And by that means we got to be righteous. We have it in our spirit that this current Babylon type atmosphere, remember, when the righteous are in authority, the people will rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, that's when people are going to mourneth. You feel what I'm saying? We've been under wicked-ass rulership since the inception of America, okay? And all that Trump is he's the embodiment of your typical white male who is constantly trying to put hell on us and make life more difficult for us, you know what I'm saying? And you got to remember that even Jesus Christ himself, man, the most perfect being that ever walked this planet, even he got put to death, man. They hung him up on a cross, man. So what chance do you think you got? You can be as perfect as... I've really said too much, but you know, my whole purpose is that I just want to build up the next generation of young men coming up next to make them better than we were and more. And I know some people might say, oh, Derek, he's a contradictory character, you know what I mean? Because on one hand, I be doing this, and maybe on another hand, but all you niggas is contradictory characters, so don't get it twisted, man. And the reason I left that ratchet shit at the beginning is because to address a bigger issue for us men, which is when we out here and we can't get gainful employment, when, you know, we out here mad, we got a lot of energy, everything is stacked against us, we don't have a lot of places to put that energy, you know? So we end up getting mad and we get back into that mode like I was talking about. Man, you might be catching hell from the man, and you over here stressed out, and once you leave the house, you got this cat this mad, and you got this man over here this mad, and we over here fighting over resources, you know? That's what we're doing is it's like you got a bunch of motherfuckers chasing the same nickel. And that's designed because, you know, it's set up for us to fail. But I'm just trying to have you young men heed all these things so that you don't fall into that same trap, man. I said too much already. I'm going to end with a scripture. 1 Thessalonians 5:11. It says, wherefore comfort yourselves and edify each other.